Hello and good morning. Welcome to today's episode. This episode today is brought to you by Linda Miller State Farm Insurance, where they take a holistic approach to everything involving insurance. Rates are getting high, give them a call. Today we are speaking with an AI genius, Lisa, who I'm just so impressed by your Star Wars shirt.
Thank you.
We're big fans.
Oh, yeah.
Back home.
No.
So I love that.
Of course, yeah. This is one of my many Star Wars T-shirts that I have.
Awesome. Do you have a favorite character?
Oh, Harrison Ford. You know, Han Solo. 100%.
Han Solo.
100%.
Yeah, I know.
No contest.
Yeah. Yeah. The scene with Leia where she's like, I love you.
And he's like, and that was actually unscripted.
Is that right?
He was supposed to say, I love you back, but he said that he didn't think that Han Solo would actually say that, so he came up with his own answer, which was, I know.
I know. I love it. I told this to my husband, too. I'm like, just take it as like a good thing. Like, be happy that
exactly.
I love you.
Exactly.
But AI, tell us, what's going on?
So a lot of things. I mean, AI is coming up with new things literally every single day. I mean, I follow so many blogs and news stories, and I'm in several different AI chat groups, and I mean, you can't even keep up. It's crazy how it's something new every single day. It's like mind-blowing. Yeah. And it's never going to change. It's just always going to be like that. I don't see AI actually having like a plateau. I see it like just continuously improving itself.
Sure. Well, and if you're stuck in the very beginning, like myself, right, it's going to be a long ways to go.
Sure.
Long ways to go.
Well, you would think that, but AI is a lot more simpler to learn and understand than you would think. And so I write a blog called Teabot. It's Teabot.ai.
Teabot.ai.
Teabot, like chatbot, but the T on the chatbots.
Oh,
is kind of like the concept there. But when I was first learning AI, I was very frustrated with the technology, like the terms of the technology.
Okay.
So I'd read an article and I would have to Google like every fifth word. Like I have a degree in software engineering. It's like, why am I having to Google every fifth word? Why don't I understand any of this?
Yeah.
And it sort of was starting to scare me away from getting involved in the technology.
Sure.
So I started researching the articles that I was reading about, the concepts I was reading about.
Yeah.
And then I was realizing there's a way more easier way to explain this than how they are explaining it.
Yeah.
So I figured, with people getting into AI or having questions about AI, one of the, interesting things that they might, find helpful would be to read a blog that gives you analogies, breaks things down to the simplest terms. And
teach it to me like I'm 10.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Give it to me like I'm 10, and you can, and it's like, and then I give you the prompts that you can use. You just copy and paste them into your ChatGPT. I do a lot of analogies so that you understand things like way easier. And and I've actually had people reach out to me to ask me questions about a concept, and if I don't know it, I'm like, give me a day, I'll write a blog about it, and then I'll post it for you. So then I'm like,
valuable resource.
Yeah, exactly. So then I'm like, I can understand it better, you can understand it better, and it's a great way to learn and not be scared about it.
Yeah. And I think that it was actually at like a networking event. I was talking with Dion from Into, and he is actually the first person that I had heard about ChatGPT from, and it blew my mind that like I didn't even realize the kids are using it for probably not the best tools, but then I'm like, wait a second. I didn't realize what type of a tool this is. What type of things do you think you can do with chat that people have zero idea about?
Well, the one thing that I like to really promote is how much it helps small businesses.
Okay.
So I have been a small business advocate for over a decade, and I see how hard small business owners work. And when I started really getting into ChatGPT, I was like, oh my gosh, there are so many things that ChatGPT can do to help alleviate some of the stress from small business owners.
Yeah.
So I did write a blog about that, how ChatGPT can help small business owners kick some serious ass. I think is what it's called.
Kick some serious ass.
Kick some serious ass. And ChatGPT, I pay $20 a month for it, which I mean, I recommend paying $20 a month for it because I feel like you get better responses.
Okay.
But there is a free version, and if you want to get started on ChatGPT, use the free version.
Yeah.
But one of the things that is so helpful with ChatGPT is it can create social media posts for you and generate email campaigns, things like that. The one thing that small business owners, the first step that they need to do is train your LLM. So your LLM is ChatGPT.
Okay.
Train it to speak in your voice so that every email that's produced, every social post is like in your brand voice.
Okay.
And you would think, oh, I've got to train something. This is going to be a pain. No, it takes literally 2 minutes. What you'll do.
So it's not your tricks to the pup.
No, yeah.
Hours.
Just literally just like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So if you're a small business owner, you've obviously already created social media posts and you have created email marketing campaigns. So all you have to do is either copy and paste those posts or take screenshots of those posts, drag them into ChatGPT and say, I want you to write me an email campaign or a social media campaign or social media post with this language.
Okay.
Boom, done. It's trained itself now. It's just a matter of dragging and dropping that into ChatGPT, and now it's speaking your language.
Wow.
Yeah. So then you can say, okay, now I want an under 1,000 word email marketing, like email, basically, to talk about a new product. And here's the new product. The new product is a pair of jeans, and they're handmade. And so, boom, here you go. These are the points that I want to make about the jeans. This is the cost it's going to be, and then here's your email. So instead of sitting there for an hour
thinking,
writing and editing and going to the grammar and proofreading and word check and whatnot, ChatGPT gives it all to you right there.
Yeah.
It takes 30 seconds and you're done.
Yeah, and I hear when I'm chatting with people about AI and all the awesome things that it does, so often you hear people saying like, oh, well, I want to make sure it sounds like me. Like this sounds like a computer, like everyone's doing this. And so it sounds like you have a great solution for that.
Oh yeah, and then again with the Teabot.ai, you go in and you say how to train my LLM. I've got a whole blog about that too. Yeah. And you can just copy and paste the prompts. Now, again, people are like, I don't know what a prompt is. Yes, you do, because whenever you go to Google and you type something into search, that's a prompt. So a prompt is essentially just a request, so they just use it as the term prompt when you're using AI.
Okay.
Because you're prompting a request.
Okay.
So yeah, all you have to do is prompt it to say, hey, I want you to talk in this voice, and it'll say, okay, send me some information, and then you just drag and drop what you want in there, and now you it's going to talk exactly like you.
Hey, that I think will be so helpful because I'm doing this. This is all new, right? And I'm like, please, because Mama taught me manners, and I be nice, but I'm like, please make, they're like, please make this much shorter.
Yes.
And make this sound, more fun. Like, you sound so serious.
Yes.
So that would be so great to have it just already know.
Yeah, and you can be really specific with it. So instead of saying make this shorter, say I want this to be 650 words. Or I want to do bullet points. I want 10 bullet points, and these are each of the bullet points that I want to go through. So you can be very, very, very specific with it because it'll do exactly what you tell it to do. So getting frustrated is kind of pointless because all you need to do is tell it specifically what's in your head. Be as detailed as you want. If you need to type it, a 10-paragraph prompt essentially to get it to do what you want, it's going to read that and do whatever you want. So you can be as detailed as you want.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Small businesses and AI, something else that's kind of on my brain is being able to have kind of like a centralized area where we can create an awesome post or chat, or AI can create an awesome post and then have it go to LinkedIn, have it go to TikTok, have it go to these places. Do you have any recommendations?
Yes, so Canva actually does this. Now, normally I would recommend free products, but with this particular feature, I believe it is a Canva Pro feature. So what they have is, and this is super cool, it's a calendar. So you open it up, it looks like a Google Calendar.
Okay.
And you can go
Love
to ChatGPT, right? Oh my gosh, that's how I view things completely. So you can go to ChatGPT and say, hey, I need a social post about this, and I need one for LinkedIn, for the character count for LinkedIn. I need one for X, character count for X, Twitter, or Facebook. Yeah. And then it'll give you all of them. And then you just put them into your calendar. Just boom, boom, boom. This is when I want them to go out.
Yeah.
And schedule them. So, I mean, you're talking about maybe an hour or two of your time once a month. Wow. Getting everything situated, and it'll do 30 days worth of posts for you, and while you're sleeping.
Wow.
You can schedule the times, you can schedule like when, where they go out, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, that sounds like a valuable resource because, and the different small business owners I've worked for, there's always a marketing team and they're creating these documents and plenty of other things they're doing as well. But I couldn't imagine how much time.
Oh yeah. I mean, you're talking about like every single day. Yeah. And right now I'm working with a friend of mine, his name's Ellie Atlas, and we're creating a program. So for influencers, for example, which would also be great for small business owners, you need to know about your competition. Sure. So the program will actually, you'll be able to take URLs from like different, social feeds, like for example, Facebook. Like let's say you're you're doing really well on Facebook or Instagram and you're a small business, but you want to really promote like a new product. So what you can do is you can enter the URLs of your competitors, and it'll scrape their profiles, find out the hashtags they're using, find out the content that they're using, and it gives you all the information so that you can actually build content that's similar and use the hashtags that they're using, and really narrow the bridge of the competition. So so, and this is all stuff that's just going to be eventually things we use in our everyday lives.
Wow, you're a very incredible person to know. And one more time, what was the blog?
Teabot, Teabot.ai, Teabot.ai.
Yeah, definitely
on the chat box.
Wowza. Okay. Tell me about AI for the young generation. Like, what advice do you have for them?
So for the young generation, I would say, don't use AI as a crutch.
Okay.
Because it could, we are seeing that it could, sort of hinder creative thinking. Okay. So what I like to do personally is instead of having ChatGPT write, I do AI art. So in order to do AI art, you have to say, this is what I want the photo to look like, this is what I want the image to look like, this is what I want the video to look like. And I could just go to ChatGPT and be like, I want an Annie Leibovitz style photo of a bride at a waterfall. And then ChatGPT will give it to me. But I like to write the prompt myself. Okay. And then if I have some struggles with it, then go to ChatGPT and say, can you edit this for me? Yeah. So I would say with the new generation, use it as a tool, but not a crutch. But definitely integrate it into every part of your life, because there are so many tools for students now, where you can summarize textbooks and you can say, hey, here's a PDF of my textbook or a PDF of our Cliff's Notes, and I'm not understanding this, so can you summarize this and talk to me like a 2-year-old? And it'll explain things to you that way. And most colleges now are encouraging students to use AI because they know it's going to be part of their daily lives and work. And any business that's not implementing AI right now is going to be left behind. If you are a business owner of any kind, you need to be at least somehow using AI or attempting to integrate AI, or you will be left in the dark, because this is where it's going. Being scared of AI from a business perspective. And same with programming. So, programmers are like, oh, this is going to put me out of work. And I'm like, you need to learn prompting, because you have programs like Claude Coding, which you can use to program, anything essentially. So it goes right on your Mac terminal and you just say, okay, I want, a front end page that has this, this, and this on it. And then you'll just watch it build the code. And it's so neat. So with programmers, I don't believe it's going to put programmers out of work essentially, but I do think they are going to need to learn prompting. They're going to need to know how to use these tools in order to be more beneficial to their employer. Awesome.
Well, how about small business owners? What type of advice is there? Any tools that you're seeing that would just be very beneficial?
I mean, ChatGPT. So with small business owners, they're always on a budget. So ChatGPT offering the free plan or the $20 a month plan, which is my favorite one, $20 a month is you're going to get good stuff. So there's all kinds of things that you can do as a small business owner. We discussed, social media posts, which it'll generate them for you and the link that you need and whatnot. It will also allow you to, there's so many things you can do. So for example, you can take your financials and you can plug them in and you can say, where am I losing money? And it can say, oh, you're ordering too much of this product or you're ordering too little of this product. So instead of having to analyze all your accounts, you're like, oh, okay, it's just telling me, what I should order, what I shouldn't order. It can work on scheduling. So if you're scheduling your employees, it can create schedules for your employees. Just say, okay, so, Tammy can't work this day, and Tom can work this day and this day, and it'll just, boom, make a schedule for you in 2 seconds. You can do, one of the cool things is, let's say you have a new product, you've created your pottery studio, and you've created this new, mug. You don't really know how to price it. So you can, find competition that has this same style of mug, see what they're pricing it for, so you can be competitive in regards to your pricing as well. You can do, oh my gosh, there's just so many things that small businesses can utilize this for. There's other paid functions, like,
Sure.
you could do like a chat bot that, a lot of CRM systems, like the customer management systems where you keep track of your customer information.
Yeah.
So they offer like integrated chat bots. So, if you have a customer that's like, hey, what hours are you open? It'll respond. So
Oh, nice.
pretty much anything that a small business owner is doing that they're spending too much time on can be automated with AI right now. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's a quite incredible tool.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. So this art that you're doing, I was kind of just scrolling through your pages a bit, and it was so unique. I had saw something about angels in love or something, and I was like, how precious is this?
Yes.
Is that hard to do, those type of activities?
What I tell people is when you want to start doing AI art, like, so you close your eyes. So go ahead and close your eyes. Now picture a tree on a hill. Okay, you have this tree on the hill, but you have to think outside the box. What's the weather like? Are there clouds in the sky? Is there an alien ship landing on the hill? Are there any people? Are there any, flowers on the tree? Is it spring, summer, fall? So you have to take all of those details and put them into the prompt. So it's not just a tree on a hill. It's like a tree on a hill in the middle of winter. It's covered with snow. Like, the more detailed you get, the better. And then just watch it iterate. And that's, what I love to do is you can even say, so on my blog too, I have a lot of Midjourney. Midjourney is a great way to create AI art. A lot of Midjourney prompting tips. So you can do like anime style, 3D style. I actually did a really cool, I don't know if you saw it because it's kind of back in the far back of my feed, but I figured out when you wear 3D glasses, how to make things 3D. I figured out how to create that in AI. So I created a bunch of like AI like videos and stills that I had never seen before. I'd never seen anybody create like the 3D with the 3D glasses.
Sure.
And it came out. So I ended up creating like a mood board with it, which I shared with some of my AI people. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you can create like 3D now with this. This is super cool. But again, the blog that I write like gives you can copy and paste exactly the prompts so that if you are wanting to get into AI art, like for example, I'm a photographer, so I like shooting on 35mm films. So I will add that to the prompt. Like a woman in the street in a bridal gown shot on 35mm film. So, and then I went through and did a blog about the different camera styles. So I had a general prompt that was like a cheeseburger and fries on a red tray. And then I did 10 different cameras. So you had like the Pentax, the Canon, and just the prompt was exactly the same, but at the end of the prompt, I just changed the camera style out. And then it shows you the different look of each camera.
I can't even imagine that.
And you just copy and paste the prompt. Yeah, if you want to, if you want to experiment and stuff, it's all, I give it all to you. I give away all my secrets.
Oh, that's incredible. And you said Teabot.
Teabot, yeah.
How cool. That really like that picture that you just had in my head is kind of like anytime I've gotten a tattoo.
Yeah,
and it's like you have an idea in your head and you're like, all right, Mr. Artists, like this is what I'm thinking. And it's incredible how they pull something out of your mind, but like what you would have never even expected.
Yes. And you could even like, so Midjourney has what's called mood boards. And so a mood board is essentially like a style that you want.
Okay.
So as a photographer, I have some favorite photographers like Maria Svrabova and Annie Leibovitz and Chris Holtmeyer, who's actually a local photographer here, and he's a good friend of mine. And
Chris,
hi. And he gave me a lot of his photos to create mood boards with, so I could do something in his style. And one of the things that I tell people is like, for if you have like a tattoo artist that you like, pull. And this is not illegal, by the way. It is not illegal to do this, to create inspiration based on an artist. It's not illegal. So get that out of the way first.
Thank you.
But go to like the tattoo artist page, pull at least 10 like tattoos that you like in the style that you want.
Yeah.
Put them into a mood board and say, I want a dragon coming out of a sun.
Yeah.
And then you select that mood board and it's going to generate a tattoo style based on that artist and that style that you like. So it might even come up with a concept that's well beyond your imagination and you're like, I didn't even think about this. This is amazing. This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
So it's incredible.
Wow. Okay. What type of things do you do to get yourself started for the day? projecting success.
Caffeine gum. Have you heard of caffeine gum?
I haven't.
Yes. So caffeine gum was great. It's like I think they give it to soldiers on the battlefield to keep them awake, but you can get it on Amazon and just like in the morning get up, have some caffeine gum, and then
you
some
don't have to
tea.
burn your tongue.
Yep, just some tea, and then But so I have my office at my apartment. So I read this quote. I think it was Socrates that said, in order to encourage creative thinking, you need to surround yourself with multi-colors, multi-patterns. Like this will encourage creative thinking.
Okay.
And the second I read that, I was sitting in my office and I was like, this room is boring.
Sure.
So I spent some money and I created a 1992 teen dream, Saved by the Bell bedroom.
Oh.
So it's like way like pattern, like Memphis style pattern, colors, whatever.
Yeah.
And I just sit in there and I swear things just come to me. So, and you can get inspiration from literally anything,
Sure.
like I have friends that will message me and be like, oh, I really like this piece. I'm like, hey, do you have any ideas for me? Like, give me some ideas. I had a friend yesterday, Erica, that said, hey, why don't you do something in a Wild West theme? And I was like, I'll put it on the list.
Yeah.
So people come to me and are like, hey, can you do this for me? I animate like old family photos for people, and so I animated my grandma's like nursing photo from like the 1940s, and so just it brings old photos to life.
Heart.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, the one with my grandma just came out perfectly. It was so beautiful.
Yeah.
She's just like little gigglingly laughing at the camera. Yeah, It was really cute. So
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
You bring in the feelings.
I know.
Bring the feelings. This is the season my dad passed.
Oh, well,
So I'm going to connect with you.
Yeah, send me a photo of your dad.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you exactly like what I need the photo to look like, because a lot of people will send me photos. I'm like, there's too much going on to really get this animated well. But I'll tell you like the type of photo that I need, the type of style, and I'll get it over to you. Yeah.
Oh, the feels.
People are like, how much would you charge? Nothing. Just send it to me. I'll do it. Like,
that's incredible. But I hope that you do get to the goals and aspirations and dreams that you have with this, because it's such a valuable thing that you have here.
Yeah, I got really geeked out on it. My last job it wasn't a team I was working on, but we worked on this project where it was like a video game, and you used prompt techniques to get the player to move around.
Yeah.
And they were showing it to us one day, and I was like, that is really neat.
Sure.
And I hadn't seen anything like that before. So I just went and started researching, like, what's the technology behind AI? I had studied Java in school, which I wasn't a fan of. So I started, when I found out that that AI was mostly, Python was a big programming language with AI, I started studying Python. I started taking classes at Metro and studying Python, and then ended up getting like 7 certificates in prompt engineering, and did a chatbot course with Purdue as a boot camp where they teach you how to train chatbots and everything. And it's so funny, you wouldn't think this, but if you're building like a basic chatbot like ChatGPT, because OpenAI has an API, so you just take their API that's already built and you just it's like one line of code, you just import the library, and then a chatbot is, how many lines of code would you say a chatbot would be? Like,
I wouldn't even have a guess.
it's like 125 lines of code. It's like a little couple paragraphs of code. That's how easy it is to build a chatbot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's super simple. And then of course you develop from there. But I mean, a basic chatbot is like 125 lines of code.
Yeah. The gal that I work for, whenever we have IT get into the computers, it's so funny like to see all the little like widgets, and I'm like, I don't know how anybody understands any of this, but
it's like, but I mean, you think it's difficult, it really isn't. Like the first thing that you're going to want to learn is prompting. That's it. Okay. And like I said, prompting is just like searching in Google. Like tell ChatGPT what you want, and then see the output that it produces. If it's not giving you what you want, say, hey, I love this answer, but can you add this, this, and this? And it just talk to it like a person, and it'll be like, so what people don't understand about ChatGPT is that even if you've talked to it for 2 years, and you're sitting there talking to it every day, it rereads your whole conversation before it responds, so it remembers everything you said from 2 years ago. Wow. So you'll get like this, 15-second response like right away, and you don't realize it's reread all your conversations. So it'll remember if you tell it something, because that's another thing. People are like, oh, every time I create an email marketing campaign, do I need to go back in and retrain it with my brand voice? No, you've one and done. That's it.
Wow.
One and done.
Wow. And it is a little intimidating to think, as you were mentioning, but What a valuable tool.
It is such a valuable, especially since you can get it for free. But, you know, like I said, go to my blog because I'll give it to you in the basic, most simplest explanation. So there's nothing to be afraid of. And I'll even give you like example prompts, like with the small business one, like, you know, how do I, you know, check that I'm ordering enough of this for the holidays or whatever. And it'll go through your financials and be like, oh, you're actually over ordering, you know, so.
Kicking ass.
Yeah, exactly. Just like, you know, super duper duper simple. Like, come on, small business owners, you work like 80 hours a week. Like, let's take that down a notch.
Yeah.
Let's automate this a little bit more.
Yeah. And have you really not thought about, you know, starting something like that? I know you're on your own endeavor with your own career, but this is such a cool thing that you're doing.
Thank you.
Just being in the startup scene, it just seems like that should fit.
Well, the thing is that I just want to see small businesses succeed. They're the heart of the economy, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, especially what this country did to them during COVID, like really, you know, bugged me. But I want to see them grow. And so, you know, I always tell like my friends that are small business owners, I'm like, you know, let's meet. And I will give you my services for free to make things a little bit easier. You know, I mean, I would love if small business owners want to reach out to me, I would charge like a very low hourly rate. You know, just to explain to them. I was thinking maybe doing like a webinar. You know, so that just for free. I don't want to charge small business owners for this because I have my own career. I make money that way. So like I don't need to, you know, get money from small business owners. But I do think that this would help them so much, especially, you know, just give them more time with their families, you know, take things like if you could plan a whole schedule of social media posts on like 4 different social platforms in 2 hours, do it. You know? So, and then go and have a nice dinner with your family. So, and I would love to be able to help them do that. And I don't want money or need money for that, you know?
And you know what? I'm not going to say it right, but Glenn was chatting with me one day. He was talking about how that same idea, people have this gift and they think that they have to charge for every single thing, but it's like having wisdom, having expertise, it's like, just share, pass the knowledge that you have back and forth.
If it was a corporation, I'd be like, all right, I'm going to charge you. But like small business owners, I am happy to help you guys. Really. I mean, and each small business would have like, you know, possibly, you know, it's different theme, it's different needs or whatever, but ChatGPT can do everything for you. You know, there are things, like I said, you have to pay for, like if you want, like, a good example would be, you know, if you're a hairstylist or an esthetician, you would have like a CRM system. You know, I see that, you know, whenever I go get a facial, they like write down the notes of, you know, what procedures they've done on me in the past. And you could just put this all into a CRM, you know, like Fresh Desk, for example, just, you know, this is Lisa Kilker and this is the facial she gets every month. And then what you can do is integrate like a chatbot into that. So, and now chatbots are becoming agentic, meaning that instead of just chatting with a chatbot, like you go to Amazon and chat with a chatbot, you can do something. You can say, I want to schedule a hair appointment. And it'll look for the availability and schedule the appointment for you. Or, you know, I need to cancel an appointment. Okay, there you go, appointment's canceled. So it takes the pressure off of, you know, support specialists, like the little things that they don't need to be dealing with. So, and this is something really new in AI chatbots. Like it used to just be able to tell you things and pull things from like, you know, your help docs and like a knowledge base. And now it can actually do things. You can actually build it to, you know, make appointments for you, you know, pull up account information, cancel an order, refund an order. I mean, that's what agentic AI is. It's going to be doing things for you to take your mind off of things and help you out a little bit. So
awesome. Well, Fresh in Mind Salon, I just had my hair done. Ellie, Iron and Willow, I'm going to be meeting with her here in the next couple of weeks, but I'm going to get her connected because
because also if she's, I'm assuming she's on like Instagram and those sites. So, you know, use my AI scraper and find out what her competition is posting about, so she can, you know, be like, oh, they're all posting about, you know, how this new highlight technique or something like that. I need to post about it too and explain it, you know. Oh, and this hashtag is really popular. I should make sure to hashtag this. So it's really awesome, and it's so easy. It's way more easy than people think it is.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. Is there anything on your mind, or any shout outs, or
let's see, shout outs. Let me think. Yeah, you know what? I would just like to say thank you to everybody for being so supportive for me during this journey, like starting from 0 to, you know, and then going to 60 with it, you know, and, And you just see so many people that are, encouraging you, like, oh my gosh, your art's turning out so good. And, it was like basic stick figures before. And now I'm like, producing like something that's, silk flowing skirts. And just honestly, I was in the blockchain community for years, and that community is they don't help each other out a lot, but the AI community, if I email an AI artist and I'm like, hey, I love how you did that. Would you tell me? They would write me back and be like, let's do a webinar tomorrow. Like, I have an hour, like, let's hop on a call. They just want to help you. They don't want to like keep their secrets. They want to share, they want to grow. I was like, this AI community is the best community I have ever been involved with, ever.
Growth.
Oh my gosh.
By the people, for the people, right?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Wow.
Like, I've joined so many AI, like different groups, one that like talks about the latest news in technology, one that talks about latest news with AI prompting.
Yeah.
And we like share our screens and mood boards. On Midjourney, you can share mood boards.
Yeah.
So I'd be sharing my screen with the different photos I created, and they're like, can you send me that mood board so I can create photos with it? And then all last week, I had like 6 people create photos based on my mood boards, and I was like, because their prompts are going to be different, so they're going to get different results, but the look is the same, and I just think it's super cool that they can use, my idea to create their idea. So
it's very inspiring.
yeah, I love the AI like network. It's awesome.
Yeah, awesome.
So.
Community, I think
Oh my gosh,
community
it's
in
amazing.
general,
It's amazing. Yeah.
It's like a village,
Yeah. Well, when you're willing to help other people out and help them learn, like, that to me is just the most important thing that anybody can do. Just take your knowledge and use it to help people. So, and I love that.
Yeah. Well, in community, we, with the podcast group here, Glenn, he is always looking to highlight entrepreneurs like yourself, artists like yourself. Yeah. So if you are looking to be on an episode, shoot a direct message or find a link below. If you're looking to have your brand put on one of the episodes, we would love to partner with you. Same kind of idea, just click on the link below. As always, thank you for joining us. It's always a pleasure to highlight the impacts that are happening in our community. Thanks again, Lisa.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Yeah, and if any small business owners want to find me, I'm happy to help you guys for free. Seriously.
Yes. Oh, so great. Thank you so much, and bye for now.
Bye.